have a read of your comments. Live chat, live chat, live chat. Hello. Loads of people. Hello, Chris, the guitar girl. Steve, yes. Can you hear me okay? Lots of people watching from Wales. Hello, Dean Morton. How's it going? Hello, Mark. Hello, Lucas Guitar. Watching from Brazil, yes. Lots of people watching in India. Hello. David in Scotland. Yeah, this is Ace. Hello, guys. So the plan for tonight is a bit of an improver guitar workshop when I'm going to be talking you through my improver course, which does a lot more than just teach bar chords. And lots of little guitar tricks where we're looking at how to do some really cool chords and get some different sounds on guitar. But because we're live, this is a Q&A, so ask me questions as we go and I'll be able to take them live. Watching from Pakistan, the Netherlands, Slovenia, Morocco, Wales. Love this. I'm Billy Smith in the northeast of the UK. Yes, hello mate. Fantastic. Okie dokie. So let's make a start. As I say, tonight I'm going to be mainly talking through my improver course and giving away all the tips and tricks for free. This is my book, which follows on from the beginner package, which I've talked about a lot last week and the week before. So we're going to be talking a lot about this one and some of the things that you can expect. If I just kind of put this here just for now, are of course bar chords. So the F bar chord, I'm moving that up to be able to play any of the bar chord shapes. 5th fret root note bar chords. And this even covers, like at the end we do a little funk track, this kind of thing. Oh yeah, so if you want to play a little bit of funk, I'm going to be showing you how to do that in a little bit. This improver course also covers loads of electric guitar stuff, so it's completely for both electric and acoustic guitar. There's no real limit to it, and we do a lot of kind of power chord stuff like all of that kind of thing. And then we had this other section which I've not talked a lot about, and I'm really excited to bring you to this today, where we basically move open chord shapes like the E major higher up the neck like this. That kind of thing. We can also do the same thing. I'm a little bit out of tune, but I'll do this just quickly. With the C chord, if you add a little finger to a C chord, many of you may know that we can move this up by 2 frets and we get kind of a different kind of D sound. It basically sounds like a D chord, but we've got some other notes in there. And we can do the same thing right up to 10th fret. Sliding it right up there, and we get these other nicer sounds without having to bar, which is what this is all about. It's showing you how to do the bar chords, because that is how we have the way to get, how to play any chord ever, any chord that exists, basically all the major and minor chords, but then showing you how we don't have to always bar. Intermediate and improver guitar is not all about holding your first finger down like this and it hurting. It's all about knowing these little tips and tricks and picking them up from songs as much as possible, like this trick. This is basically a Frank Turner song. I believe it's called The Way I Tend to Be, which goes a bit like this. little snapshot of a Frank Turner song, and that's where I learnt that technique. This technique where we move the E chord up like this and actually keep the thinnest two strings ringing out. I learnt in a song by Damien Rice called The Blower's Daughter back in about 2004, before the internet even existed, or genuinely before YouTube existed anyway. And yeah, that is a way how we can play all the open chords or all the chords in the key of E without having to play one bar chord, without having to do that at all. And we also briefly cover a little bit of single string picking, following on from what I call the Bob Dylan picking style. So Bob Dylan strumming or Bob Dylan picking, it's a term I've nicknamed, just plays the thickest string or the root note and then strums all the strings. And with this picking technique, we can also take some fingers off at different strings and make it a bit more interesting. Like that. All of that is in this Improve a Guitar course, which you can download from my website, andyguitar.co.uk. You can stream it also direct from the site, and the book is available on Amazon and on the website. It's even got a DVD with it, but I think not many of you guys know much about this really at the moment. So, just having a quick look at your questions, so get writing now if you want me to answer stuff live. Let's have a quick look. How the hell do you wrap your thumb around the top E string and still play chords? Now this is such a great thing. And I'm also going to answer the question, how do you start composing any songs that you write from a novice point of view? That one's from Alistair. First of all, thumb over the top. This is where there is a certain progression from a beginner level where you've just learnt like the chords E, A, C and G. They're the chords that you know, and you're wanting to learn how to do all this sort of stuff, all the little cheats that I'm teaching here, wrapping the thumb around the top, sometimes to play notes, sometimes using it just to mute notes, like this. You need to be, typically in my experience, you want to be pretty comfortable with bar chords first before you do that. And there's one reason why. It has nothing to do with actually barring. The thing that you need to train, my friend, is this curl of the fingers, and the best way to teach that curl of the fingers that you need to be able to play bar chords, but also all of this kind of thing, where I am actually playing a note with the thumb over the top like this. You need the curl in your fingers first, otherwise what will happen, you'll pull the thumb over the top and nothing will ring. You might get that thickest string to ring out, but nothing else is going to ring out because you've not trained that curl in the tips of your fingers. It's the biggest tip I can give you with playing any single chord. Keep the fingers on the tip. And then we typically have this technique where we do one of two things. When we're playing a standard bar chord, or let's take the F for example, we strum the F and we have that first finger on the side, but really just clamp in between the thumb and the first finger like this. But there's another way that we can do bar chords and play this exact same F chord as well, which goes like this, where we only bar or hold down or press down the thinnest two strings, like this. We have the thumb over the top, like this, and it sounds, if I pick each individual string, it sounds exactly the same. Every note there is exactly the same. But when you do this technique, and you get used to it with the F, it gets a hell of a lot easier to change back to the C. Which is the thing that we do in track 1 of the play-along tracks in this book. Track 1, we have have a look. We have the big bad F bar chord, a couple of pages on that. And then we have this F, what I call an F hybrid. Now this is the sort of the version that I've just demoed there. Many of you might be aware of the F major 7, the F like a C, which is just like this. This adds a couple of notes to it, and we've got an option with the thumb here. We've got an option with the thumb to either press it down so that we're getting that note, or if we can't do that yet, we just use it to mute that thickest string, just to take it out, okay? That's what that little X means. That is the first requirement of being able to do that chord, really. Still keeping those fingers right on the tips, okay? And then right after that, you've got a play along song, which this first one, because I like my song title puns, this one's called F That. Many of you may have seen the t-shirt that's available on my website as well, which is also an F That t-shirt, because, you know, it's a bit of fun. So yeah, we've got different chords in this song, the C, F, A minor and G. So if you can change between C, the F bar chord, A minor and G, or this little hybrid F, that is what would be covered at the first couple of videos in my Improver course. From there, and hopefully that really helps you. Hang on, we had another question. How do you start composing songs that you write? This is also where this comes into play, because whenever we learn a new chord like the F chord, I show you in my videos that that is only really going to happen. The F chord is only really going to crop up typically in songs that are in the key of C. So to start writing your own songs, you need to be aware of keys and how only certain chords go together. By the level that you're on with this, or by the end of the beginner's course, you could know 30 chords if you've covered them all, okay? The G minor, A minor, etc, etc. They're not all going to get used in the same song. In fact, most of them, as you're well aware, if you're watching my videos anyway, that they're only going to really cover like 3, 4, 5, or really kind of a maximum of 6 chords. After then, there might be the odd chord that crops up, but it's not going to use them often. That is the mentality that we use in these kind of play-along tracks. And I've taken some inspiration, to be perfectly honest, from the rock school syllabus with this. I thought it was great to be able to learn a skill and then demo it. The downside of the rock school syllabus, which we have here in the UK, I don't know how much it is in America, is that the pieces that they compose change so quickly. They're only a minute long, and they've such detail in them that they're only really any good for pieces to be performed, to be graded, to be able to do grades in your instrument. Which is great if that's what you want to do, but that's the only way really that you can use the rock school syllabus, in my opinion. That's the only time I've used them with private students. A better thing that I've done with private students is teach them a riff that maybe has a new technique, something new, like the F chord, like power chords, like these higher chords up the neck, and just repeat it. Get that same thing, get some drums on, get recording them, and repeat it over and over and try and make it fun. That's what these backing tracks do. That's where they derive from, and that's the whole thinking behind this Improver course. When you do get at a level that you can kind of do that, my lead guitar lessons, which I've been releasing recently, show you how to use the C major scale, or the C major scale down here, and show you how to play lead guitar over it, and that is exactly how lead guitar songs work. Where was it? Arbatan asked this question. That is how you can get right in your own songs. Know which chords are in the key, and know which scale will work over it, and then it's just a case of using those chords in whatever order you fancy. That's the concept. Once you know the chords in a key, whatever chords you like out of those, after playing around with them, you find your order, and you can write any song. You can even use the chords from a song that already exists, and then try and come up with your own lyrics over the top. That's a trick that John Lennon used to use when he was first writing songs. And you know, if we listen to the first half of the Beatles' back catalogue, they're all a bit derivative of other pop songs, it has to be said. Done very well, but many of them are derivative. That is totally fine. The same song different songs can have exactly the same chord sequence, because chord sequences can't be copyrighted. Hope that helps you guys. More questions? Oh God, sorry. I dropped you all then. Really need to get specs when I'm doing this, but Mo Hits digging the version of Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Has been a popular one. Should we get any more Green Day tutorials? Which Green Day songs do we do? I think I've done all the acoustic ones, so I think we'd be on electric really for the next Green Day song. Angelo's watching me at 2 a.m. Legend. Turn it right up. From the Philippines. Amazing. Sandra says she loves lessons. Thank you for watching. More questions. How can you train that curl of the fingertips? Well, it's done right from day one, basically. You've got to take that bit of time, but it's all about knowing that first sort of joint in your finger here needs to be curled for all the chords that you play as a beginner. It needs to be right over, kind of like a claw. If you did it like kind of claw hand, we've had Halloween now, but if you kind of did that, that's how they want to be. It's a bit of a concept for higher level guitar playing, from an improver level and to intermediate kind of stuff at this kind of level. When we have the second, third and fourth fingers really curled, but the first finger can be very flat, not only because of bar chords, and not only because of this kind of idea, but also for lead guitar as well. If we do kind of a Chuck Berry style, kind of that kind of idea. Where did my pick go? I dropped it earlier. Let me do that again so you can hear it. That kind of idea. To do that, we've got a very flat first finger to do what we call double stops, but the other fingers always have to be on the tips. Very similar, flat first finger, these fingers on the tips, very similar to how we do these bar chord ideas, or with the mini bar, the hybrids that we looked at earlier, and also the little, what's his name, Frank Turner technique that we looked at earlier. So yeah, right, you need to persevere and try and get that curl in your fingers, even as a total beginner. Tony, my little finger doesn't want to work when I do the scales. Have you been teaching lately from Fred? Oh, in the acoustic lead guitar course. Again, right, here's a little insight into the world of guitar playing for everyone. And I've seen a lot of people play guitar in one-to-one lessons just in my life. That little finger is always the hardest to control, whether we're doing open chords or lead guitar. With the major scale course that we've been doing, for really the first time, that little finger is going to be used at every string. If you do the minor pentatonic, you can get away without using that little finger at all. First, third, first, third, first, third. So those fingers, first and third, and the middle one, those three from doing open chords and so much stuff on guitar and a lot of blues riffs. It's all about those first three fingers. They're the only ones that you're using. And in fact, Eric Clapton really rarely uses the little finger for lead lines. I'm sure he can, he just chooses not to. So this is the first time maybe that you're using that little finger so often, and it's why I delay the Oasis style chords in my beginner's course, even though they're quite easy, just because nobody uses that little finger in the early days. That's the hard thing about it. So you've got to pay more attention, try and get that good setup, like I teach in that course, like this, like a finger a fret at this stage, and go a little bit slower and just try and keep your fingers as close to the string that you're going to play as possible, especially when it's not pressed down. If the other fingers, if you play this major scale, there's two ways to do it, as an example to illustrate the point I'm making here, like this. where my fingers are hovering exactly over the string and the position and the fret that they need to be and they're going to play, or like this. Which way looks better to you? Which way should we be practicing and solidifying and making sure that this is the way that we always play? Yeah? Not like that. If you play a note and all the other fingers naturally gravitate like outwards away from the fretboard, it's a really bad really bad habit to get into. You want to train your fingers always. Let me just play a little bit of Johnny B. Good one more time, because why not? Or a little bit of... All the time those fingers were really close. If I do some of the major scale again. As close as possible. The faster you go and the harder you kind of press down, the more that happens is they go away. Need to force them to be in. And my little fingers are getting a bit lazy in recent weeks. I need to get some more practice in. How to play strumming and lead at the same time. You want to check out Sunday's tutorial for how to play a little bit of Fairy Tale of New York, where I'll show you how to do this. It's live. Okay, I'll be showing you exactly how to do that. I need a bit of a tune-up, really. Is my tuner working? Let's have a look at more questions while I tune up. Multitasking. I think it was just a thicker one. Did anybody dig my Stranger Things tutorial? Anybody have a go at that? It was popular with the views, but I'm sure it was difficult. Let's have a look at more questions. Please teach Blower's Daughter. I do definitely need to do that. Tutorial will be coming. Let's be honest, it's going to be February. It's going to be February now, but I do need to do it. Sometimes I get so much into learning chords and scales that I forget to learn songs. Any tips on how to avoid that? Follow my courses, obviously. I'm always suggesting, whenever I teach you any skill in a video, I'm always suggesting songs that use that skill. And if you don't learn a song as an example of a new skill, like string bending or a new chord or anything, then you haven't really acquired it yet. You haven't proved that you know it, because you can't demonstrate it in a real musical situation, in a real song. Now, when you can start demonstrating it in things that you make up, like chord sequences and your own songs, that's when you're really onto a winner. But that's what I'd recommend there. Can you show how to play the 12-bar blues with power chords? I've done a lot of lessons on this. Obviously, I have done a lot more of them with open chords. So 12-bar blues in the key of E would be kind of like, you know, your standard 12-bar blues, old school authentic blues. This kind of idea. This is the old kind of woke up this morning with a pain in my head. Show you exactly how to do that in my 12-bar blues lesson, where it says rhythm and lead at the same time. I believe someone just asked that question. That's another good example. A more rock and roll 12-bar blues would be in the key of A. typically. It just kind of flows off the fingers more, and we'd be playing the easy blues riff that I teach at level 3 of my beginner's course. This one. Where basically we play the easy chords A5, D5 and E5. One finger easy power chords. Google or search YouTube for Andy Guitar easy power chords, you will find it. And then we get this kind of idea. I'm gonna write a little letter, gonna mail it to my local DJ. It's a jumping little record, I want my jockey to play. Roll over Beethoven, gotta hear it again today. And temperature's rising, my jukebox is blowing a fuse. You know my heart's beating rhythm, but my soul keeps singing the blues. Roll over Beethoven, rocking it 2 by 2. That exact lesson showing you how to do that is 100% free and is at level 3. One finger chords, power chords with the easy blues riff. That is level 3, lesson 5. Add an easy blues riff to the 12-bar blues with full tab here. Help, a 12-bar what now? That lesson's there. Show you how to play loads of blues songs with that easy blues riff that I just demoed there. That was definitely a fast version, but in the key of A, typically it's a faster version. Later, in the Improver Guitar course, also available from andyguitar.co.uk with loads of lessons for free. Just check out the online lessons, you'll find them. I'll show you how to do that same thing. First of all, using just standard power chords. And then we start to get the little finger involved, which is when we get that same riff we learned down here. Sounds the same. You could even just use a capo to change the key, but that's where we get the kind of like it, I like it, I like it, I like it, I la like it, la like it, we go, rocking all over the world. All of that kind of thing. Other 12-bar blues songs, I would say, well, you got to go for Johnny Be Good, really, haven't you? Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Johnny Be Good. So I hope that kind of gives you some ideas and helps you. Question from Deck. Hi Andy, I've been playing for 3 months now. How long does the sore fingers thing last? If I don't play for like 3 weeks or something, which is really rare, but can happen if you have a holiday and you know, then I'm doing some computer work for a week. Fingertips go really soft, and then it can take me about a month to really get it back where I don't get any kind of blistering like they are now. They just kind of feel like rubber and much harder than these fingertips. Okay, so it's about a month for me. If you've been playing for about 3 months, I would recommend that you've got to do it. You've got to play pretty much every day for the fingers to harden up. And I've got exercises to make sure that you can, play, that you can last that long, to only play, so you can last half an hour, so you're not pressing on too hard, so that your fingers are in the right positions and all that kind of thing. But really, it's you've got to be playing at least 10 minutes. Sorry guys, I do like to record my live streams though, and it's much more high quality when I do it from the camera, but there's a limit to what I can do. Where was I? I'm trying to think. I've totally lost my trail of thought. No, it's gone. More questions. My apologies. It's totally gone. There's something there. I just can't remember. Please do an Arctic Monkeys songs. We need more Arctic Monkeys songs. It's so true. I've not done any Michael Schenker songs at this time. John Gilbert, yes, these live streams will all be available for later viewing. Most of my live streams I've done for once a week for about 9 months now on my Facebook page. So if you search Facebook for Andy Guitar Lessons, I think it is, but just search Andy Guitar and you'll find me. You'll see that's where the main archive of all these longer lessons are, which I see as a bit more like, they're almost like video podcasts, or you know, it's the more longer form I think is really cool. So yeah, you can check those out. Whitetail Fox, apparently I inspired you to buy your first guitar and start lessons. My apologies, buddy. But it's good fun, isn't it? Welcome to the club. Glad to have you on board. A question from a name I can't pronounce, but I still can't play songs at the original tempo. What should I do? Maybe I should quit. Well, you certainly shouldn't quit. That's never an answer to anything. No toddler ever went, oh, I can't walk, so I'm just never going to walk. I just choose not to do it. I just chose not to learn. It's just not a part of life. You need to persevere through these things. But one of the best things that you can do is try and slow down real songs using many apps that are available that do that kind of thing, or try and play along to the backing tracks that are included in one of my courses, in most of my courses, and play along to me where I play it slower, and then the backing tracks are of a tempo that is right for you. If you're going for songs that are a bit above your level to begin with, and then you're trying to play along to them, it might not work out. But congratulations for playing or attempting to play along to the record, because that is such a massive thing and it will happen to you. I'd probably say it's one of the biggest things that will improve your game, but you know, it's a struggle at first, no doubt. So you know, on exactly the right lines, keep going, my friend, you can do this. Thundercloud, that's the best name I've seen so far. I think I'm quite a bit behind here on comments, so I'll try and catch up. Taking your electric guitar course, absolutely love it. And you'll love it because of the play-along stuff, I imagine. It's all about the play-along stuff. Right, let's get up to date and then I'll go back if I need to. I'm having trouble doing artificial harmonics. Well, there are different kind of harmonics. I'm guessing that you mean like pinched harmonics and stuff. I'm on an acoustic guitar, so none of my harmonics are going to show out very well, apart from kind of natural ones, which are the best use of those is for tuning. With this kind of idea, where did my pick go again? Oh, there it is. It'll be a bit louder now, so we can be in that lightness of touch. I always like to kind of finish songs that are in the key of E. Get those natural harmonics where you're not hearing the main string sound, you're only hearing the higher frequencies. Yeah, I'll do some lessons on those too. Favourite fingerstyle guitar for under $1,000? I presume you mean pounds or dollars. This one, basically. Adam, can you do a tutorial on Layla Unplugged? It's already filmed. I just need to get a bit of my head of myself because we have Christmas and I'd like to have a couple of days off at Christmas. But yeah, we got a bit of this coming. Not this weekend, coming next weekend. The electric guitar version of Layla and the acoustic one, in support mainly of my lead guitar course that is coming out around about the end of this month. Mainly as a download course from the website and a streamable website only course, but also on DVD as well. And it'll show you how to do those kind of, all those kind of electric guitar stuff, as well as Lots of bar chords in that one. That's of course you need. But also a real nice trick here. If I'm doing an F sharp minor like this, because again of the key of the songs that that chord tends to crop up in, the F sharp minor, you can usually get away with doing this chord, which is a much easier option and also just sounds way nicer rather than standard, the colourful way, which is where you'll have your third and little finger and first finger, like if you start with that F sharp power chord, 2nd fret power chord and thickest string, move your first finger to string 3, fret 2, thumb over the top to either hit it down or again just mute it. And that's used by Eric Clapton in Layla. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla. It's also used in one of my favourite songs to play and sing, High and Dry by Radiohead. Got a tutorial for that on the website as well. More questions, please. We got a live Q&A. All I want to learn is you too. You poor man, Joseph. I feel sorry for you. That's a joke. And I can play most of their songs, but basically no others. Is that a bad thing? If that's your guitar playing goal, that's all good. I think it's great to study one band and one guitarist, for example, U2. But I would have something that's the other side of the coin to that. I think it's great though. Most of the artists that I've and guitarists that I've studied, and by studied I mean learnt to play like most or all of their songs, have a large back catalogue so that there is variation, so there's a lot to pick from. If you get into the big new band, or you only like one band, like an 80s band, but you know they only release 1 or 2 albums, there can be that dead bit where you've learned a couple of songs by them, you go like, I don't like any of us, so like there's a stagnation in your progress. How to master fingerstyle with my fingerstyle guitar course, obviously. I need to do a couple of others fingerstyle tutorials. You can check out my video for how to do this pattern. Hopefully you can hear it. That's the inside out pattern, which is part of my video, the top 3 fingerstyle patterns for beginners, where I go from inside out to inside out with Travis picking, and then going across all 6 strings. And once I started practicing that, especially with some chord changes, I personally, when I was working on my fingerstyle, I learnt this song, which is called Freight Train. I haven't done too much fingerstyle recently, I think I might get a blister. But this was a massive breakthrough for me to be able to get a melody in with kind of some fingerstyle chords, and I'm looking forward to bringing a tutorial for it soon. If you cannot imagine how you can get to that kind of level with fingerstyle, that is the course you need, my friends. Starting off right from the beginning, this book, DVD and download package. You can just stream the videos if you want from the website. Takes you through everything from playing position and seated position, which is very different from being a strummer. Like I really recommend using a footrest, for example, if you do practice fingerstyle a lot. Right up to the total basics with just how this right hand is going to play these strings and move between them. Up to loads of easy songs like Amazing Grace and Happy Birthday with the full tab for them. Fingerstyle pieces for solo guitar, and then technical bits like banjo rolls is one of them, different rhythms, inside out patterns. That is really cool. What's the banjo roll kind of idea that I did? That is in there. That's in the fingerstyle course, as is Amazing Grace. Actually, I've never done a tutorial on this before because it's in that course. I should do a bit more promotion for it, really. That is my very simple arrangement of Amazing Grace, which is fully tabbed, and there's a full lesson for that in my fingerstyle course. Obviously, not a patch on someone like Tommy Emmanuel's version of Amazing Grace or something like that, but simple and approachable. There's one for Happy Birthday and for He's a Jolly Good Fellow. Here's another fun fingerstyle one. Oh, I haven't played this in a while yet. I like a bit of bum chicka in the thumb. Here's a little blues piece that I came up with, the full tutorial of which is in here, and the full tab for it is here. That is a little tune I call Louisiana Acoustic Blues. Just a bit of fun. That is how to play it. It is in this fingerstyle book, and yeah, I should do a bit more promotion of that because it is a good one. More questions, I guess. Hello, David James. Get right up to date and go back from there. Andy, any advice for singing and playing at the same time? Song choice is crucial. Rhythm is the song I recommend that you try first, no matter what style of guitar or anything you want to play, if you've never sang and played at the same time, is Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. For one reason: you sing and then you play your guitar. They don't really happen much together. And it's when they're exactly happening at the same time, and some things are matching with the rhythm of the strumming and some words aren't, that it's tricky. Especially if you're new to singing in general, okay? So this is where you would start. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. That's where you start. My tutorial for Ain't No Sunshine is on YouTube for free. Start with that one. Then only go for 2-3 chord kind of songs with lyrics that you know really well, where you're not having to read the lyrics at all, but with chords that you can play back with. If you haven't played along to the record yet with any songs, definitely play along to the record too. And yes, looking forward to doing more lessons on playing and singing in the future. I would go as far to do a full kind of singing course, but I don't think I'm really qualified, though I have had many a singing lesson, because when I used to sing in a band, it was really taxing on my voice. I used to sing in a commercial band, playing weddings and parties and stuff, and yeah, singing for 2 hours with a rock band is hard work. Favourite capo and why is this one. A student actually gave me this one. It's a G7th capo, and the reason is you can vary the pressure. So this new way of kind of putting the capo on like this, and that's it. It rings out. If you get any dud strings like there was 1 or 2 there, press it on a little bit harder and you're done. Sometimes if we have the capo really high, like at 7th fret, and we play like a... where's my pick gone? I can't do that one without a pick. What other fingerstyle songs do I know? If you try and do that with a capo at 7th fret, you're probably going to get some dead strings, like one of them won't quite ring out. Whereas with this one, if you get a dead string, just adjust it and push down a little bit harder. And the only dead strings there, because of my playing. More questions. Can I play some Red Hot Chili Peppers tutorials? Any requests? I don't do any slide guitar tutorials at this time. How do you write guitar parts under pressure with time limits? From Joseph Bennett. Try and avoid that at all costs. The best way to do it is to have a stockpile of riffs, is the general way that guitarists do it. But here's a trick that you can do. Where's my pick? I keep picks just fly out of my hands and then disappear into the carpet, and then I have no idea where they are. If you want to write a guitar riff under pressure, put a drum beat on, and if it's going kind of do da boom da boom da boom boom da, you can kind of mimic whatever that drum beat's doing in your guitar. So if we went kind of like kind of like that, we're mimicking that boom da boom boom da. We're mimicking the kick and the snare. Maybe that's quite simple, so we might want to do something a little bit quicker, maybe something like something like that. Which was a bit, I was kind of going for a Rage Against the Machine vibe. As it's coming up to Christmas, you know, obviously we need to do the Christmas song Killing in the Name Of by Rage Against the Machine. Key to the Highway, Clapton Unplugged. Sweet Child of Mine, Electric, some good song requests. Where's my pick gone? That's a song title, that's a song I need to write. Where has my pick gone? Literally, where is it? I'll have to grab that one down there. That is not the one. Oh, it's there. It's right under my chair, obviously. A few song requests. Can't Stop on acoustic. Oh, let's give this a go. Love that tune. That has got the easiest guitar solo ever in it. Very hard on acoustic actually, that solo, because we need some string bending. But yeah, that's a good one. Need to do a lesson on that. It's Sophia Wolf. Which is better for beginners, acoustic or electric? With that, whichever you want to play. What noise do you want to make? Do you want to rock out or do you want to chill out? If you want to chill out, get acoustic. If you want to rock out, get electric. That's all it's about. Hey David, what's up dude? How's it going? More up to date. Game of Thrones theme song. Play Tenacious D please. Yeah, go on then, but at the end. I'll finish tonight in 5 minutes. Thoughts on Marshall NG Series 15. I had an old Marshall MG and I have a damning review of them. I think they're among the worst guitar amps ever played. However, that was back 12 years ago when I actually had one. But I think it was around about the time when Marshall were releasing the MG series, or when they first started releasing it, when a load of disgruntled employees and designers and things formed their own company. That was called Black Star. And I love Black Star amps. If you want to amp upgrades, I want to get yourself one of these, which is a Black Star. This is a HT1. There are loads of them. The Fly, I believe Marty Schwartz did a review of the Black Star Fly amplifier. Such a good amplifier. You can get it from about £50. It sounds amazing. Absolutely quality stuff. Job Cremers, can you maybe check out my cover? Not now, I'm a bit busy, but everybody go and subscribe to his channel. I'm sure it's awesome. Guitar Way, I have a Black Star amp for 100. It's great. I absolutely find it. So recommend them. How much practice is needed for muscle memory? Varies for everyone. If you have a musical background or come from a musical family, people tend to pick it up quicker. But again, how long's a piece of string? What level do you want to get at? It's all about your guitar goals. It's all about having good guitar goals. I've got lots of lessons on this now. I released a lesson a couple of months ago going, what do you want to achieve between now and Christmas? That's free on YouTube. Check out some of those. Definitely. Urbano, how's it going, man? Please do an Arctic Monkeys song. No, we're going to do tributes. We're going to do tribute if I can remember any of the lyrics at all. I may need some of you guys to help me out with that. But yes, let's wind it down now. So I'll sing a bit of a song, a little bit quiet because I have neighbours, and it's a bit late. But yeah, let's have a bit of fun. This is the best, the greatest and best song in the world. I believe it's called a Tribute. Long time, me and my buddy Dave. Do you remember Dave, who does all the Christmas song lessons with me? Ah, Dave. I miss Dave. Dave moved to London. Don't see him very often anymore. Well, me and Dave were hitchhiking anyway, down London Road. All of a sudden, there shined, you know, like a shiny demon thing in the middle of the road. And he says, play the best song in the world, or I'll eat your souls. Well, me and Dave, pretty startled, we looked at each other and we each said, yeah, alright then. So we played the first thing that came to our heads, and it just so happened to be the best song in the world. It was the best song in the world. Time to drop my pick. Look into my eyes and it's easy to see. 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 1 make 3. It was destiny. Once every 100,000 years or so, when the sun doth shine and the moon doth glow and the dust doth go home. Well, needless to say, YouTube is stunned. Whip crap with his fluffy tail, and the beast was done. He asked us, be you angels, be you YouTubers? And we said nay, we are but men. I hope you're singing along, because this is not the greatest song in the world. Maybe it is. No, this is a tribute. Couldn't remember the greatest song in the world, no. This is a tribute to the greatest song in the world, alright. To the greatest song in the world, alright. And the peculiar thing is this, my friends, is the song we sang on that fateful night, it didn't actually sound anything like this song. This is just a tribute. You gotta believe me, and I wish you were there. It's just a matter of opinion. There you are. Thank you very much for watching. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. We'll be doing this same thing, this same shambles, again, the same time next week, every Wednesday, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. UK time. And yes, I hope to see all you guys then. Bye for now.